Traders, we're going to have a look at these trade signals that I posted into this channel here. I did a video on these, but this really covered trading these on a 15-minute time frame. Now, I've just been approached by one of our members asking me if he could trade these on a 5-minute chart, even though the ideas are coming in on a 15-minute chart. And the answer is absolutely yes. Okay, so these are the signals that we send. This one was a nice result. The Swiss EN gave us a 5-hour outcome, but this is a 15-minute chart. So let's just see what the outcome would be if we took these ideas, showing a 15-minute chart, but we actually look for the opportunity on a 5-minute chart. Okay, so the results are going to be vastly different, and I'll show you why. Before I do, what this is about, this channel here, is for those of you manually trading, wanting to grow your own account or pass a prop firm challenge. And it's a very simple, very clear instruction. I send in a snapshot like this, looking for a candle to turn red, then green, and the instruction is really simple. Wait for the candles to turn red, then look for a green signal on the momentum sync indicator, then take that trade. Simple as that. You can't get any easier than this. So let's just go in now and have a look and see the outcome on a 5-minute versus, if we scroll down here, this video here was the results on the 15-minute. We came out of it 5-hour ahead. We had one really nice trade, but let's just check it out. So the instruction is really clear. On the right, I've got a 5. On the left, we got 15. And what I'm saying is, wait for the candles that green, they're green here. Wait for the candle color to turn red, and then take the first green buy signal that you get. Well, the candles turned red here, but this is a 15-minute. But on the 5-minute, this area here, okay, gave us that. So then you get the opportunity on the 5-minute chart, without a doubt. Okay, it's faster, and you're gonna see more signals. So let's just run with this now on the 5-minute. So the strategy is you go on this first up triangle. That's the signal that we're looking for. So if you took that trade either on the candle or even on this pullback, here's the thing. The stop loss, we're going to follow. See this green shade under here? We follow that. And if we don't see a green shade, then we look for these green dots. So the green shade gave us that pretty much. Yep. If we go exactly on the end of that green shade. And you're looking for a target. I mean, you could tighten that up if you like. If you wanted to go with a much tighter stop, then, that's going to be your stop loss level. And your target is going to be, look, you could set a 3-hour target by default if you wanted to. Why not? But ideally what you're doing is you're going to exit on this exit signal. That's the exit signal right there. Okay, so you set an alert for the entry, and then you set an alert for the exit. Now, I've done full tutorials on this. I'm not going to make this a tutorial. And that gave a 2.7-hour outcome. If you followed the strategy, okay, there's a simple set of criteria. I suggested everybody stay out of the market on Friday, right? Now, if you want to get aggressive, you could take these trades on a Friday. It's up to you. So that was a 2.7 outcome if you followed that. If you followed this signal here, it'd be about a 2-hour outcome. The stop loss. Okay, dollar Swissy, let's just have a look and see what that looked like. So we were looking for these candles to turn red then green. See, this is where you just got to be a little bit careful. As it was, it traded down into, this is Friday here kicking off at the Asian session. There's no opportunity. However, if you want to take the risk and trade on Friday, well, we got green signals here. Again, the 5-minute charts are more aggressive. So if you took the signal on the 15-minute long position, there's your long position on the 15-minute chart. Stop loss there, and you got an exit signal about 1.6R, or you could have followed it if you wanted to. So on the 5-minute, see how we got this green signal here? So that could have caught you out. But now there's the opportunity here again, right? And I mean there's your exit signal there at 5R. And this is trading into Friday if you want to break that rule and trade on Friday. So that would have been a nice outcome. Either way, you would have come out ahead. So the 15-minute, you're going to avoid these traps. on the signal firing on volatility like that. The euro yen was a, let's have a look at the idea. Yep, there it is, right. So euro yen, now here we go, look. I think the benefit of trading the 5 minute is definitely there. So the euro yen was wait for the candles to turn red and then take the first green candle, first green alert after that. So let's have a look and see if we get any red candles. See, we don't. There's no red candle until here. But on the 5 minute, after the idea was posted, so wait for the candles to turn red then green. Well, there's your first red candles here. So, you know, the 5 minute chart's definitely going to give you the opportunity. Look at that. Into the London Open and then the pullback. So, you know, you could take this green candle after the London Open if you like, or just run with that green alert there. All right, so there's definitely a benefit if you want to go with that 5 minute. You might lose a couple here and there, but what you gain, like that's your, well, you had an exit signal here as well and under here. That's a little bit, yeah, that's a 1 hour under here. So depending on, you know, whether you held on to that or not, up to you to manage this. Potential 3.4, or if you went early, yeah, that's a 1.5. You know, you might have a rule where you don't touch it until you see at least a 2 hour outcome. It's up to you. But, you know, the candle turns red and then green, take the trade. And I mean, look, that was the first red and green there. If you want to be aggressive and trade into the London Open rather than waiting until after the London Open, it's up to you. You know, if you just take it literally, if it turns red, then take the first green one, then, okay, it's a bit aggressive. But, I mean, you'll come out on top without a doubt. I mean, we can have a look at these and you'll see. So the Euro Aussie was the next one. Okay, here was the idea on the 15. We're looking for the candles to turn green, then red. I took this trade and then I closed it at break even. There wasn't much in that, and I had, yeah, a wide stop. But no, we'll have a look at it on the 5 minute. This was also a signal for Telegram that went in for the trade copy. Telegram is specifically for auto trade copy, like using TS Copier or my trade copy service, whereas these are for manual trading. So green to turn red, well, there's green, all right, it turns red there. What does it look like on a 5 minute chart? You know, I'll tell you what, I don't mind the 5 minute. I really don't. Short position, there's your signal, there's a stop loss. Okay, that gave you 1 hour because why? We've got an exit alert right here. You want to take notice of that. So, you know, like you might want to take partial profits at 1 hour. You know, if you're going to wait for a minimum 2 hour, you would have got taken out on that by the looks of it. So, you know, your rule could be that you take 50% off the table at 1 hour and then let the rest of it run. Nothing wrong with that. It's up to you. And then the Swissy yen. So, you know, you're definitely going to have more opportunities if you want to be a bit more aggressive and go for the 5 minute. The 15 minute, you avoided all of that, the volatility mainly. With some of these trades didn't come to fruition except for, well, this one. So this one gave you an opportunity to close. And by the way, if you haven't already, guys, jump on board the 14-day trial and test this out for yourself. So the first signal to exit was about just over 2 hour here. And the second signal to exit was about 4.5, nearly 5 hour up in here. That was a really nice trade. But, you know, what does it look like on the lower time frame, the 5 minute? Let's just have a look at it. So the 5 minute, you get in earlier. Well, a little bit of, oh, look, okay, back in here. See, this is where this volatility can catch you out. Possibly, okay, but that stop loss was okay. There's your stop loss level. You're looking at that green line, the green fill that you can see under here, the green shade. So there's your stop loss. There's your entry point there at the candle, a little bit above or on the pullback. All right, now these exits are very early. Let's have a look at it. Candle to turn red then blue. Well, actually, red then green, that was your first opportunity. If you want to be aggressive and trading into the London Open, this line, this blue dotted line is the London Open. So I generally prefer to wait till after the market opens before I get involved. But I mean, look, that would have been a really profitable outcome. So the extension, and I've converted this to a risk reward tool. All right, so first exit here on a 2 hour. And if you held on to it, I mean, that reached any of these here. I mean, at 7 hour, you could probably consider seriously getting out of this trade. All right, so definitely the 5 minute chart is an option for you if you want to be that a little bit more aggressive. There'll be more signals, but yeah, I mean, very profitable. So that was the comparison between the 15 and the 5 minute. It's an incredibly simple set of rules. The idea is, and I spell it out very clearly. Let's have a look at it. Swiss yen. I just want to show you just how profitable, how easy this is. Okay, Swiss yen, we'll go to the idea. Wait for the candle to turn red and then look for the first green signal on the momentum sync indicator. That's it. All right, wait for the candles to turn red. There they are. They turn red there. Then take the first green signal. Turns red. There's your green signal. Okay, if you want to be, that precise with the instruction, you've got your stop loss levels, you've got your take profit levels, everything's there. And the full tutorial on this, watch this video here. Let's go into this channel, Trade Ideas, and look at the last, not the results, but go back to this video here, that one. This is how to find high probability opportunities. So that really gets into what I'm looking for when I'm sending these opportunities into Discord. There's 2 videos on that. This is the first one. It was a bit more extended. It was a longer video. And this second video down here was straight to the point. So that's what I'm looking. This is how I'm looking for these opportunities. So, that'll give you my trade secrets, so to speak. Trade secrets, no pun intended. Okay, so anyway, the CAD Swiss was the last one. And let's just wrap the video up with, if you haven't joined VIP, there's 14 days completely free where you can test out this system yourself, take these trades, and see firsthand how this could be a benefit for you. Okay, the link's on the website. With that, guys, have a great day, safe trading, and I'll see you in the next one.